Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to do a comprehensive analysis on uh, the indices of the market, most of the indices of the market, some of the sectors that are leading the pack, and a few of the commodities also that are leading the pack. So this is going to be quite a lengthy uh, update. So just stay put, and here we go. First of all, I'm going to start with the S&P 500 futures, and this is the daily chart. We have broken the last resistance area that I had pointed out that we needed to break through, and we did that on Friday. Now, that this resistance area that I have highlighted right here, we touched it twice, but we needed to break through that area because was pretty much the consolidation area that has lasted since the beginning of August. So for now, 2 months we have been bouncing back and forth in this consolidation area, rectangle type of pattern. Now, Friday we were able to close above it, and today we have confirmation with taking out Friday's highs and closing now. The market is closed now, and we're going to be closing way well above that area. Now, this new area of resistance is going to be a doozy, and I say that because we have touched that resistance area 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So before was a support, obviously, and now it's going to be a resistance area. Now, here's the thing though. If you look at the monthly, and I know the month is not over yet, but if you look at the monthly, okay, we are doing an outside engulfing pattern. What that is we're taking out the lows and the high from the previous month. When and if we stay pretty much in this area, we stay above the highs from last month. For I would like to see a continuation, obviously, of the average, but more than likely what's going to happen, let me go back to the daily. More than likely what's going to happen is we'll probably bounce around here, have some sort of consolidation, very light, shallow consolidation before we blast off again. Okay, now let me go ahead and show you what happens when we take out those very important resistance areas. And if you look at the Qs, which is the ETF that follows for the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq 100. Anyways, here is the highs from July and the lows from August. Same thing as the S&P. Now, we have taken out the 78% retracement on the Qs already, which it's a good tell sign that that this down edge it's over. Now, all we did here was pretty much a consolidation flag right here before we blast it off again, and we have a confirmation of a new buy signal from the software that I use. And once we take that out, like you can see, once you take out the resistance area, we'll just blast off. Okay, the same thing is going to happen for the I foresee happening for the other indices. Now, on this, you can also see doing this exact same thing. You have the monthly pattern. You have this engulfing engulfing bullish pattern. So we're staying in the same theme, and we'll be going for a 52-week highs probably by the end of the year. The Qs are, like I said before, is the follows the Nasdaq, and you have very high volatile, fast-moving stocks like Amazon, OpenTable, Netflix, Apple, all those fast-moving. So that's why the Qs have been. Those are the bigger players, but there's quite a few other ones that are smaller capitalized companies, but they also move fast. Now, finally, I wanted to show you. Let's look at the small caps, which is the Russell 2000, and I want to show the Russell 2000 because on the Russell 2000 we're still not taking out the resistance area like we've done for the Qs and the S&P 500. You can see here the technology sectors. This is a technology index, and we are closing in to the 52-week highs. So the technology sector being in the Qs, with the Qs or the Nasdaq, you can see that they're the leaders of the pack. So technology is one of the leaders. The internet sector also, again, we've taken out this resistance area and we pretty much blasted off. Again, being one of those sectors or indices or sub indices that are in the Nasdaq, which are the leaders so far. Also, the banks and brokers are joining the party, which is good. Now, once the financials get to join the party with everybody else, then there's more confidence in the overall market, because a lot of old school traders, I guess investors are still thinking that if the financials are not participating, then the markets can't move higher, which is not true at all. But they're joining in. They have broken out some of the resistance area, like you can see, and let me show you the brokers. The brokers also have starting to take out some of the resistance areas, like you can tell right there. And the banks, another bank sector, the BKX is fixing to take out that very well-defined resistance area, like you can see right there. Also, the airlines are another sector that is leading the pack, believe it or not. And today we have, it doesn't look like we closed above it, but we're fixing to take out this resistance area. So the banks are looking really good too. So internet sector, the semiconductor was the other one from the Nasdaq sector, and like you can see, and this is actually one of the areas that I like the most. The semiconductors, I think, are going to be high flyers, high movers, once we are able to take out not only this resistance area right here, but the next one will be this down, the downtrend line right there. Dow Jones theory says so the Dow Jones index, the transportation sector has to do the same. So the transportation sector has taken out the resistance area. So the Dow Jones theory is confirmed so far. And like you can see, yep, same thing, outside bullish engulfing pattern. Okay, let's go back to the other software, because I wanted to show you on the commodities, like light sweet crude. light sweet crude are, this is the weekly chart, and we are starting to take out this consolidation, falling wedge type thing that we have been doing, and we've taken that out today. Let me go back to the daily chart. Yep, the daily chart's massive breakout. Like you can see right here, with nice volume coming in. You have this the stochastic and the MACD going into the positive, the stochastic curving back up, and it's looking really good. The energy sector, on the weekly for the light sweet crude, you got a buy signal from the software as well. Lastly, the US dollar, and the US dollar, I'm pointing out the US dollar because the US dollar, I've been following it, and it's been pretty much doing the opposite of the overall market and the opposite of the a lot of the commodities. Now, this is a weekly chart, and we've had, I think I pointed out that when we had this reversal right here a few weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and then we had the follow through with this nice waterfall, and we've already taken out the lows from last week. So the continuing waterfall of the dollar is what's also fueling this movement to the upside for the market and for the commodities, especially copper and petroleum. Lastly, I wanted to show you that the MACD was never able to take out this downtrend line that it created, even though we had this massive movement to the upside on the weekly chart. We got into the positive or above the zero, but we were never able to take out this downtrend line. So that's another tell sign that I do believe that we're going to be heading to the minimum, heading to these lows that we had a few months ago. So until next time, thank you for listening. This is directionalanalysis.com.